AWO show, baby, for life.
For life.
For life.
For life, baby.
SplatMan here with another AWO show, Assholes with Opinions. And we're off with 2018 and on with 2019. This is our first video of the year, and I'm excited to go through 2018 and what I'm ready for 2019. I hope you are too. New year, fresh start. Let's do it. I'm with my main man, like always, the Gonzo fucking shark, and he's looking fly. He's looking fresh, my friend. What is up?
What up, brother?
What's going on? You ready to start the year nice and fresh and positive?
Yeah, I am. Believe me, I am.
I'm kind of under the weather. I'm kind of sick to start off the new year, but it's not going to take me down. I'm still positive. I'm ready to make this year great, better than the last one.
Fuck yeah. And I feel like 2018 was, I mean, it was a good year for both of us, I feel like, especially starting the show, starting to record a lot more stuff and, you know, just work a lot more together. But man, 2019 is going to be so much better. It's going to be so much more that's going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to be better for us as individuals. And it's going to be better for us for our channel, because we're going to try to be on top of this, people, better than last year. We're going to try to throw out more videos on different topics. We want to hear your feedback, and we're just ready. We're ready to get this channel going. You know, we just want to put ourselves out there, man, and have fun. So let's get this shit started. 2018, Gonzo. How'd you feel about it?
Well, 2018, man, it was really a year with a lot of ups and downs for me. You know, like I left my job, you know, that I was at for, you know, over 5 years, which was a scary thing for me, because I made really good money, but I hated it. You know, I tried to ignore so many things. You know, eventually I tried to change so many things, and I couldn't get anywhere with any of it. But I knew deep down inside the whole over 5 years that I was there, that at least at the end of the day, at the bare minimum, I'm at least creating a really good stepping stone for myself. And, you know, that's kind of how it ended up happening for me, you know. So 2018 was really negative for a little while in certain parts, because of how much my job was affecting me. And I was really, you know, kind of turning into a miserable person in a lot of ways, because I hated my job so much. And it sucked too, because like other than that, I was happy, just my job. But you know, when you have one like sour apple in there, especially something as big as your job, it can really, you know, trickle down and affect all the other parts of your life. And that's what it was doing to me. And then, you know, somehow I fucking turned that around and, you know, left there and got a better job, which I was really scared that wasn't going to happen. But, you know, I was just positive and I just stayed focused on it. And that's what happened. So 2018 really kind of turned itself around for me. You know, I did a lot of cool stuff at the end of the year. You know, I went skydiving. My sister got married. You know, we started the show, you know, and I did a lot of other cool stuff too, you know, that, you know, I made a lot of awesome memories and met some new people. And yeah, the 2018 really turned itself around for me. The beginning wasn't that great. The middle really sucked. And then, you know, it really turned itself around, and I have a lot to be grateful for, you know, and I had a lot to be grateful for the whole time. But it was really hard for me to see it. It was really hard for me to feel it, you know, when I had so much stress and unhappiness coming from a certain area of my life. So yeah, really turned itself around, and I'm in full motion, full speed ahead, great momentum for 2019.
Well, that's good to hear, brother. You know, change is always good, man. Change could be tough. You know, it's hard, but change is always good. And I knew you weren't happy at your job. I knew you wanted to do something differently. I'm so happy to hear that you did, and you took that leap, because a lot of people won't take that leap. And sometimes you just have to take that leap. You know, if you want change, you want good change, take the jump. But yeah, you have to be happy at your job. You don't want to go be miserable at your work every day, come home miserable, because that's just you're gonna take it on your family. You know, you're gonna put on a fake smile every day. But you got to be happy. It starts with you.
Yep.
It starts with being happy in yourself, and that will, rub off to your family and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad to see that. 2018 for me wasn't too bad. It wasn't the greatest. There's really nothing that happened to me that that was really really bad. Nothing happened to me that was really good. I did. I'm still working hard. I'm loving that we started these videos in 2018. I want to keep up with this, and I want to do it even more. Because this is sometimes my light of my day to come and chat with Gonzo and make these videos. So I'm ready for 2019. I'm got a big heart on for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, a couple of things that 2018 brought to me was just my family's happy, my family's strong, we're together. The Red Sox won the World Series, which is awesome. I'm a Red Sox fan. I know Gonzo isn't. You guys probably don't know that, but I don't think you can give a shit about baseball anymore. Am I wrong or am I right?
No, I fucking love dude. I
He
played.
knows baseball.
I played fantasy baseball this year, dude.
He's my best friend, and I don't even know him. But all I know is he's a Yankees fan, complete opposite of me.
Yeah.
Which is fine, So we got the two-headed dragon going here.
Yeah.
But yeah, 2018 we lost. I mean, on a kind of a sad note, we lost a few people in 2018. I could name Stan Lee, the great Stan Lee. Rest in peace, brother. Like, being a comic book fan, he's a huge part of my life, and I think he died a happy man. He's up there with his wife, so that's good. Scott Wilson, if no one knows who he is, he's Herschel from The Walking Dead. He's in other movies too, but that's where I know him from. Sad to say, but he went. Mac Miller, I didn't really like his music. I'm not a big fan of his music. I guess he did move a lot of people, and I guess he was a great guy. Sucks to see someone that young go. Burt Reynolds, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Burt Reynolds, it sucks. Great guy, growing up, seeing his movies, seeing him, just he's a cool guy to look up to. Aretha Franklin,
Yeah.
it sucks. Anthony Bourdain, I know you were a big fan of him, Gonzo, and to see him go was, that was shitty. Ronald Lee Ermey, he went. If you guys don't know who he is, he played in Full Metal Jacket. He played I remember in Saving Silverman, Jack Black and stuff. I thought that was hilarious.
That movie.
We got Vern Troyer, Little Mini-Me, Dr. Evil, we lost him. And Margaret Kidder, I only know her as Lois Lane from Christopher Reeve Superman. So those are the people that I found lost in 2018. I don't know if Gonzo has any more, but those are the ones that I found, and I got to pay respects to.
Well, the two that come off the top of my head, and I'm not even sure if it was in 2018, but Chester Bennington.
I
believe that was 2018.
How could I forget him? Man, just time flies. It felt like he's been gone longer than that, but I think you're right. I think it was 2018.
I'm pretty sure it was. I'm not positive. And then the other one I wanted to name, which I'm not sure if it's 2018 either. It might have been 2017, but I'm going to name him anyway, is Chris Cornell. One of my favorite singers, and just so.
I think that was 2017 because I think Chad Pennington died close to a year after. So, and they were some of the best friends right there. Them two. It's Chris Cornell. I mean, such an original, unique voice, and just awesome. Just great artists. Along with Chester, they're both the great, and I think they held their own. And it's too bad how young they are, and they had to pass. But they're onto a better place now. So
yeah, and he did die. Chris Cornell died in 2017. But yeah, I mean Chester Bennington too, man. Just it's unfortunate, but at least these guys, were that great where they built a legacy for themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People
they'll be remembered forever.
Exactly.
So
and another one too, bro. Jim the Anvil Neidhart, man.
Oh, Jimmy Anvil Neidhart.
Man,
Fucking A.
that guy, he was a good guy, man.
Yeah,
And,
for wrestling fans out there, you know who that is, and it sucks to see part of the Hart Foundation, the Hart family. Sucks.
yeah, the only one left is Bret Hart.
Yep, and
Everybody else is
it's
dead.
nice to see Natalie out there doing her thing.
Yeah,
And I haven't watched wrestling in a while, but I'm pretty sure they're kind of pushing her right now in the right direction. So it's good to see.
well, she's paired up with Ronda Rousey in a lot of situations. They're friends or whatever. So I mean, she's positioned better than she was. That's for sure.
Good, good.
You know.
I mean, tough loss losing your father, especially
Yeah.
like looking up to him and doing the same career. You know, just with taking on that legacy.
Yeah.
You know, it's awesome.
Yep.
Couple things else I wanted to say about 2018 is my favorite movies that came out in 2018. I got a list here. It's not a very big list. I mean, it's kind of slacking on movies this year, but what can I say? Infinity War, Avengers Infinity War was incredible. I already talked about this in our past video. Our top 50 deaths, Josh Brolin as Thanos was incredible. Just seeing all the Avengers again together was awesome. And the way it ended to lead us on to the next one was great. You know, like I said before, you don't really see the villain, win. You know, he did. Yeah, I'm sorry if that's a spoiler. If you haven't seen it, I'm sorry, but it's been out for a long time now. You're slacking. That's you, Gonzo. Also, Bad Times at the El Royale was I thought that was a great movie. I don't think it gets as much credit as it should. I don't even hear people talk about that as much, but it was a great movie. If you haven't seen that movie, watch that movie because it's a good time. It's a good ride. Also, I was pretty blown away by a Netflix original Mowgli. The movie Mowgli, Jungle Book story or something like that. You know, because I was a big fan of last year's 2017 Jungle Book. But this movie, Mowgli, was incredible. Andy Serkis just does an incredible job. Like, just the animation, the CGI in that movie was just top notch. Like, if you haven't watched that movie, you should watch that movie. Take some time to watch the movie. Everybody knows the story of the Jungle Book. It's kind of that story, but kind of remade, and it's kind of more towards adults, I should say. Great movie. And then this is another one that blew me away because it's a Christmas movie, and we always have those classics. And the Christmas Chronicles with Kurt Russell. Like, me and my family, me and my girl, my son, we watched that and we loved it. And it was just to see a new Santa, new type of Santa, to see a new Christmas movie was just refreshing. And because we always watch the same. We always watch the Grinch. We always watch Rudolph. We always watch the Tim Allen Santa Claus movie. So just to see a new take on Santa and Christmas was awesome. And it was on Netflix. So if you have Netflix, you can watch it. And then some shows that I loved about 2018.
Whoa! Can I name my movies or what?
Oh yeah,
bro?
yeah. You can jump in anytime. Sorry if I'm going quick.
What the fuck, man?
Go ahead, Gonzo.
Fucking asshole. What the fuck?
I know.
All right. 2018, man. Halloween, bro. That's the one that stands up, sticks out for me, I should say. Fucking, we went to go see it together. Really fucking, blew me away as far as just like not butchering it. You know what I'm saying? It was a really good movie.
Keeping it traditional.
Yeah, man.
Keeping it like respect to the original Halloween.
Yeah, and they really did a good job of kind of erasing all the shitty ones out of there. You know what I mean? All the picking it up right from where Halloween 1 left off, and not that all of the ones in the middle were shitty, but really, I mean, I would have to say I think this one was the best one since the original Halloween, or Halloween 2. I mean, I really like Halloween 2 as well. But then after that, they got a little sketchy.
I agree, because like that movie, like it felt like it was right after the original Halloween. Not like I know it took place right after the original Halloween, but it felt like we just went to see Halloween last week in the theater, and then we get to see that one.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
The way they shot it, they made it look older. It didn't look like a brand new movie. They shot it very traditionally, like you said, back to make it kind of feel like it was back then. And I really liked that. I really liked it.
And I got the creepy feel like the original. You know, I got the shock moments where me and you looked at each other and were like, "What the fuck?" You know those moments.
Yep.
Great movie.
Yeah, great movie. I'm trying to think too because you can go on with the shows, but I had another movie in there. I just can't remember what it was. But go ahead, go on with the shows because I got some shows too.
All right, some shows of 2018 that I totally enjoyed. This show, my first pick is I've said this a million times on the shows. I'm a huge comic book fan, and whether it's Marvel, whether it's DC, but this show blew me away. It's Titans on the DC Universe app. Yeah, I think it will be on Netflix sometime. But it just blows me away. You see the story of Robin, you see the story of Starfire, Beast Boy, Raven. It's great live action Titans show. It's nothing like the cartoon. If you're into the cartoon, my son used to watch it. I don't mind it, but it's this is real. Like it was it just blew me away with the character, especially the guy who plays Robin, and just is awesome. Also, fucking I said this multiple times too. Rick and Morty, season 3, I fucking loved it. I can't wait to season 4. I can't wait till all the next seasons because Rick and Morty are awesome. Rick Sanchez, smartest fucking guy in the universe. Game of Thrones, big fan of Game of Thrones. I can't say much more about that. I think HBO's Game of Thrones is top notch, fucking incredible. Westworld was great in 2018. I didn't think it was as good as the first season, but it was still great. Great acting, great characters, great twists. So if you're not into Westworld, watch it. It's great. Another show that kind of blew me away, and a lot of people talk negative about it, but I fucking loved it because, the Karate Kid. I grew up watching the Karate Kid movies, and I loved them. And Cobra Kai was so good. I can't believe people talk down about that show. Like you might think it's a little cheesy, but you watch Karate Kid now, that was a little cheesy too. But Cobra Kai totally blew me away. The casting was awesome. Just to where it can go after the Karate Kid movies, I thought it was definitely a very good direction. So if you haven't watched Cobra Kai, give it a shot, especially if you're a Karate Kid fan, because it's great. Another show that blew me away. I'm not into really haunted shows, haunted horror shows, I guess, but it was the Haunting of the Hill House. Man,
I heard a lot of good shit about that.
It really is good. The casting was great. The actors are great. The plot twists in the movie are great. Just you have to watch the whole season because you don't get it all into the last episode, and just like you see, it's great how you see them as the cast as kids, and you see them as adults throughout the whole show. Great show. It's also a Netflix original. If you have Netflix, I'd watch it. Also, to pay respects to the Sons of Anarchy, the Mayans came out with their first season in 2018, and I thought it was really good. Was it as good as Sons of Anarchy season 1? Probably not, because Sons of Anarchy was so fresh, so new that you kind of had a feeling the Mayans are kind of be similar like that. But it was really, really good. I thought the characters are awesome, and you got to see some of the actors and characters from Sons go on to the Mayans. So that was pretty cool. Also, being a comic book fan, I've watched every season of The Flash. The last season was great. It's going to be continuing on to 2019. Fucking The Flash is awesome. The interaction between Barry Allen, The Flash, and Eobard Thawne as Reverse Flash is just it's awesome. I love it. I watched it on that fact. And plus the CGI in that show is great. I remember the first time where King Shark showed up, and I was like, that's movie CGI. Like if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can YouTube it. But King Shark looked so good, and we never had a live action King Shark. And to see him like that badass and that good looking, it blew me away. And then the last show that I just recently watched, actually, and I've been telling Gonzo to watch it. It didn't come out until 2017. It bled into 2018. Is the show Happy? It's a sci-fi original. I watched it recently on Netflix, and Man, it's just a thriller. It's a fantasy. It's sci-fi. It's just so fun to watch. Patton Oswalt is a funny ass unicorn, imaginary friend to the lead character. Just such a great show. If you haven't watched Happy, that's also on Netflix, and I think season 2 of Happy is coming out in 2019. That's my list for the TV shows of 2018. Gonzo, what's yours?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check out Happy. Because I was like, dude, I was already eyeballing that show before you even said anything to me about it. I already kind of had it on my radar because I heard good things about it, and it looks very interesting. So I'm definitely going to check that out.
It's definitely a movie. I think a show that I think you'll love, Gonzo, and you'll find the characters in that movie kind of like gritty and just like gangster mentality. Just great characters in that show. So give it a shot, bro.
No, I'm gonna give that a shot. Yeah, I have quite a few shows of 2018. You know, some of them I spent some of my weeknights watching Ink Master on Tuesdays. I love that show. A lot of people talk shit about it or whatever, but you know, I like reality TV. You know, as long as it's a good show. And
that's the one with
Dave Navarro and
guitar from Jane's Addiction.
Yeah. But it's just I like that show, man. It's some of the recurring people that come back like from previous seasons and stuff, like old Ink Masters and old people that were in the running up. You know, they become coaches or whatever. The last season, Grudge Match had Clean Rock One in it, who is one of my favorite dudes from Ink Master. He's a great tattoo artist. And he went against this guy, Christian, who is, you know, another phenomenal tattoo artist, but he's kind of a dick. So the last season was really enjoyable for my girl and I to watch it because we both love Clean Rock One and we both don't really like Christian that much, but we respect him. And we wanted to see, you know, them to go head to head. So that was really enjoyable. But both seasons of Ink Master that were on this year were really fun to watch, really great. You're probably going to laugh at me for this one, but Jersey Shore came back. I think in 2017. I'm not really sure. But yeah, dude. Hey, I love it. It's garbage TV, and I love it.
Yeah, but the way I look at it is those fools don't deserve to be making that much money.
Oh,
so
no.
me being a viewer watching that show, just putting money in their pockets, and come on now.
Well, hey, whatever. No,
I'm not saying nothing wrong. You like what you like.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it. Yeah, of course, they probably make way more money than they should, but I mean, they draw eyeballs to it, so whatever. But yeah, dude, I mean, I like that reality show type drama, and I think that there's a ton of like shitty reality TV shows out there. And yeah, man, fucking my ex-girl from like 10 years ago got me hooked on Jersey Shore when it came out. You know, I didn't even want to watch it. Believe me, I didn't even want to watch it. But it sucked me in. She made me watch it, sucked me in. But yeah, I enjoyed you know, watching that on Thursdays, you know, when it was on this year. And to move on to some more serious TV shows though. I have a couple here that started in 2017, but it kind of bled into 2018 for me because I didn't really start watching until the beginning of this year. The first one was American Ripper. I don't know if you heard of that, but it was a TV show about a guy that was related to H.H. Holmes, who is a famous serial killer from like the 1930s, maybe it was even the 1920s, and before that, even before that, it had to be because basically the guy's theory is that his great grandfather or whatever was actually Jack the Ripper, and it was a really interesting show to see about how like this guy, you know, committed crimes and stuff in America, and then he kind of disappeared. And at the time that he disappeared was right when the Jack the Ripper murders happened. And he was like known for going to England and, you know, other stuff. I mean, it was very, very fucking interesting. And another cool factoid about it. Actually, I'll name that when we talk about movies that we're looking forward to in 2019. I'm going to write it down right now because there's another cool factoid that's kind of connected to that show with H.H. Holmes. But yeah, it was very interesting. One of my favorite ones, another one that bled over was Hunt for the Zodiac Killer. And I've always been a huge, like, I'm really interested in the Zodiac killer. I've always been interested into, crime and, murders and serial killers and all stuff like that. And the Zodiac killer has always been one of the most, intriguing ones to me because he never got caught. And this show was just incredible. They built like a supercomputer to try to crack the cipher that the Zodiac wrote. I don't. There's a famous name for the last cipher that he wrote that they couldn't crack. I don't remember what the fuck it's called. But yeah, that cipher, they tried to crack it with this computer, and I mean, they really got in depth into the case. They had detectives working on it again, and that was just, I really like that show. What else do I got here? Another one that was on Netflix, season 2 of American Vandal. I liked American Vandal the first season, and I actually enjoyed the second season. I've heard mostly shitty things about it. A lot of people said, "Oh, it's fucking stupid," especially the second season was stupid, this and that, and they actually canceled the show. But I liked both seasons, and I thought the season 2 was really fucking funny. I liked it. Um, then also Ozark on Netflix with Jason Bateman. I watched almost both seasons of that, and fucking, I've always liked Jason Bateman, especially in comedies. He's a funny guy, but the role he plays in this show is really good. Just to watch him play a role that's completely fucking different than a comedian type of role. And
Yeah, I heard that show was pretty good.
dude, it's so good. It's like he was a financial advisor type of guy, and he had a partner who was like his friend, and they basically took on an account with like I don't know if he's Cuban or Mexican, but he's like a drug lord in some cartel or whatever. And they work out a deal with him where they're like washing his money basically. And his friend, unbeknownst to him, does some shady shit, like basically like steals some money and does some fucked up shit with the money that he wasn't supposed to do. And it's basically everything unravels at that point. And Jason Bateman didn't even know about it, that he was doing that shit. And then he moves his whole family out into the Ozarks to try to wash the guy's money from out there where there's no heat. And, he's basically promising this guy the world that he can do it when he really doesn't know if he can. And it's just, it's a great story. The people that he meets out there, the people he gets involved with. His wife is played by Laura Linney, and she's fucking phenomenal in the show. And just the characters and the story of it's great. A lot of the episodes are directed by Jason Bateman, which, I like that, seeing the episodes that were directed by him were really good. He's not just a good actor. He knows how to direct as well. So yeah, I really enjoyed that show.
Speaking of him, do you watch Arrested Development?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Yeah, I discovered that show like 8 years ago, and I love it. And fucking Michael Cera in it is hilarious.
Yeah, my girl Kayla got me into that.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny.
Yeah.
And then for the last show for me of 2018, this one is just like so fucked up. It was called "It Was Him: The Many Murders of Ed Edwards," and I literally watched this on a whim because they played it on like during Ink Master, the commercials for Ink Master, like the last season. They were showing commercials for this. I'm like, I gotta fucking watch this. And it's basically followed this guy who's a detective, or he's a retired detective, I believe. And he's like obsessed with this guy, Ed Edwards, who's like a convicted killer, and he's in jail or whatever. I think he died now. And he believes that this guy is actually responsible for like so many famous murders. And to name some of the murders, he believes that this guy was the Zodiac. He believes that he is the Black Dahlia murder. Like that was his first murder. He believes back in like the fucking 40s or the 30s, whenever that. No, the 50s is when that happened. He believed that Jean-Benet Ramsey, this guy was responsible for that. He believed that this guy was responsible for Scott Peterson, like his wife and kid that died. Believed that he was responsible for there was a couple of other ones in there. I can't remember what the other ones were, but all of these murders, I mean, the first one is in the 50s, and then it's all the way up until like recent. And I mean, it was so fucking interesting but it was so fucked up because it was like some of these things that seemed like, dude, you're out of your mind. Like, there's no way that he was responsible for that. But then some of these other ones, dude, it was like it made sense. It was fucked up. But I really enjoyed watching it. I mean, this guy definitely seemed a little nutty. Like, he was obsessed with it and was trying to make himself believe things that may not have necessarily been true. But man, fucking the guy's relentlessness and pursuit of it was just unbelievable. And it was a good show. It was a really good show. So those are my shows of 2018, including Jersey Shore, bitches. All right, so now we're going to talk about the most anticipated movies for us in 2019. I'll start with mine. For me, I really only have two right now that just stand out far and ahead of the rest. And the first one is The Irishman, which will be coming out in 2019. It's Martin Scorsese's new movie, and it has Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, and Joe Pesci in it. And it's going to be the first time that all three of them have ever worked with Martin Scorsese on a movie. And it's basically going to be about a famous crime boss again. And it's also going to have a lot to do with Jimmy Hoffa, who will be played by Al Pacino in the movie. So I'm just,
shit.
Yeah, dude.
I'm excited for that.
I'm so excited for that, dude. Fucking Martin Scorsese with those three guys, just fucking legendary. And
we haven't seen Joe Pesci in how long?
Dude, I haven't seen him in a movie in forever, bro. Years. So it's just going to be really awesome to see all three of them work with Martin Scorsese for the first time. And I'm sure it's going to be a fucking great movie. And there's also other people in the movie that, they're notable actors. I can't remember their names or who they are, but because I didn't really look all that shit up. But I over time hearing about this movie as time's gone on, I know that there are more good actors in it too. So it just sounds like it's going to be great. And it's coming out on Netflix. So
nice.
I think that they may have worked out a deal for it to go to the theater now. But either way, it's still going to be like a Netflix exclusive or whatever. So that's totally cool. And then the second one for me, and it's obviously on your list, is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I just can't fucking wait for that. I'm so excited for that movie. And hey, Quentin Tarantino, anything he comes out with, I'm fucking ready. Can't wait. So those are the two that I got right now.
Yeah, and if you guys haven't heard of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, it's got Brad Pitt, it's got Leonardo DiCaprio. We did a video on it. Research it. Go to our videos. You can look it up. It's going to be a great movie. I mean, Quentin Tarantino can't go wrong with that shit. Some of the movies that I can't wait to see in 2019. I'm going to start off with Avengers Endgame. Because it's going to continue on from Infinity War. We get to see Thanos again and see how all this buildup of the past 10 years of the MCU. How it's going to end, and it's going to be a fucking thrilling ride. I can't wait. Also, the Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix.
I forgot about that one.
I know you did, because I know it'd be on your list. We talked about this before, and I know we have already said in one of our previous videos it's going to be hard to step up to Heath Ledger. But if anybody can, step up to him, if anybody who can, come close to it, Joaquin Phoenix might be the guy. I see him being a sick and twisted psychopath, and I can definitely see him doing that role. And just seeing the pictures that have come out already, and the little teaser trailers they have, looks pretty good, pretty cool. Looks like a different take on the Joker, and I can't wait for that. And then obviously my third one was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. We already talked about that. Can't wait for it. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun ride. Like I said, Quentin Tarantino is one of our favorite directors and stuff. So, those are my most anticipated movies of 2019. There's probably a whole bunch more that I can't think of right now, but those are the ones that just come to my mind quick. So
yeah. And when you say most anticipated for us, those are the ones, anything that we didn't remember, it's, And
then you can think of Captain Marvel, that's coming out. That's going to continue the MCU. And then you got the next Spider-Man Homecoming, which I love the first one. So the second one, I'm pretty excited for that one too. So that one should probably be on my list. But yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait for those movies either. I'm not. I mean, watching the Captain Marvel trailer. I mean, she's awesome. The comic books. You know, she's also in Civil War II comic book. But like her movie looks all right. I mean, it's got Sam Jackson in it and shit. So you know, it might be good, but you know, you can never count out the MCU movies because Marvel always does a great job. It seems like. Yeah. So those are movies. So I guess we can do the most anticipated TV shows of 2019, and I can start that up. They're kind of a bunch of them's already named from my favorites of 2018, like Game of Thrones. I mean, this is going to be the final. It's going to be the final season. Just all this. I think it's been like what 8 years, 9 years of Game of Thrones. Just it's all going to come to an end this year, and I can't wait for it. I can't wait to see the outcome. Just any Game of Thrones fans out there is fucking waiting, and we're waiting. We've been waiting for this final season, so definitely exciting. Obviously, Rick and Morty season 4. I can't say it enough. I love Rick and Morty, and season 4 is going to be awesome. I know some people that watch this probably aren't into cartoons and shit like that, but if you could sit there and watch The Simpsons, you can sit there and watch Family Guy, pick up Rick and Morty because it's out of this world, pretty much. Also, the final season of Gotham is coming up, and it should be a bang. You know, the kid who's playing the Joker, Cameron Mohagan or something, whatever his name is portraying the Joker very well. So I can't really wait to see that. I think we're finally get to see Batman. So which is pretty cool and exciting. If you guys watch Gotham, you know what I'm talking about. Also, Titans season 2. Titans is my favorite show right now. I'm probably gonna watch this first season for a second time soon. But yeah, Titans season 2 is gonna be awesome, and just now that they have a big fan base, they're gonna go all out with it. So, especially that last episode in season 1, just seeing Batman and Robin go at it, it was incredible. Then you got Doom Patrol is also on the DC streaming universe app. It looks awesome. Robot Man, Brendan Fraser is playing Robot Man. I always loved Brendan Fraser when it comes to like Encino Man, fucking The Mummies. Just I loved it all. I think he's gonna be awesome. I'm glad to see him back in the spotlight in a TV show. So that's cool. And also Happy season 2. I already mentioned this, but yeah, I'm excited for Happy season 2 because it definitely leaves us off season 1 wanting more, and I'm definitely excited for that.
You already watched the whole first season of that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you couldn't stop, huh? You started and you're like, I can't stop.
No, I couldn't stop.
How many episodes is it? 8? Is it like 8 or 10?
How many episodes was Happy?
10 or 13.
I think 10 or 13, something like that.
Are they an hour or a half hour?
I think they're 40 minutes.
Okay, that's not bad. Oh, you know what? Because it's probably an hour on TV with commercials, so on Netflix
Exactly.
they're probably 40.
Yeah, so
that's not so. Yeah, you could probably fly through them pretty quick. I definitely can't wait to check that shit out. That looks good.
yeah.
I mean, dude, I don't have any shows that I really don't. I don't really watch too many shows that are like recurring by the season. You know what I mean?
Well,
I watch.
I like having this like generation of Netflix is cool. You have Netflix and you get all these great shows and great movies. I don't watch TV as much because I don't have cable. I have the little antenna thing so I can get my local sports and all that shit, so I can watch the Patriots kick ass and all that shit. Speaking of the Patriots, they're gonna win in 2019. My prediction is the Patriots versus Seattle Seahawks again. That's my prediction. But other than that, yeah, I don't have cable, so a lot of the shows I watch is either on Netflix, on Hulu, on the Fire Stick, the new DC streaming app. That's pretty much where I'm at right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
I just think cable is ridiculously expensive, so I don't like to spend my money on that.
No, it's totally expensive. Totally expensive. I don't even know why I have it. I'm stupid.
I mean, honestly, things like Hulu has a lot of good channels. You don't even need TV when you have Hulu. You can watch your sports. You can watch ESPN. You can watch like, you know, Sci-Fi Channel. You watch Discovery. You even have Disney channels for your kids. You know, just you got the local channels. You got local news.
That's
you
all
know.
on Hulu?
Yeah, it's all on Hulu.
I didn't know that.
So
It's
yeah,
all like
I
$8 a month.
yeah, I just got Hulu recently in the past 2 months, and I was shocked to see how many channels were on there. There's probably like 25 channels, but they're good channels. You know, they're not shitty channels, and they're the channels that I mostly watch if I was to watch. You know, besides like HBO and Showtime. You know, watching Game of Thrones or Shameless. But yeah, that's what the Fire Stick's for. And there's another show, Shameless. Shameless is going to be continuing on to 2019. That's another good show. So, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't. Dude, that's another one. My stepmother told well, many people, but my stepmother told me like you got to watch Shameless. I never watched it.
Yeah,
And
it's
sure
definitely.
Right up my
You know, yeah, you would definitely love it. There's a lot of you know. It's some seasons are very softer than others. They're not as good. It might be a little draggy, but just the characters from watching from season one, you get invested in these characters, and yeah, they got some good actors in there, and it shows a lot of titties, so that's a plus. Yeah, and yeah, I think it's an entertainment, and what's his name? The dude who plays the father,
William H. Macy, dude.
William H. Macy. The
I
guy's
love
awesome.
him. Love that guy.
I always think of him. I always think of him being the guy who blows his brains out in Mr. Dirk Diggler. Fuck's that name?
Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights. Yeah. You ever see that?
No.
Oh, you got to watch that movie.
I know, man. I know.
It's a good movie.
I'm slacking on some of these movies here. Believe me, I had so many, and
well, it's because you're too busy watching.
Jersey Shore.
Watching the Guidos, the Jersey Shore. Yeah. You're too busy watching fucking Situation flex his muscles and make pasta or whatever they fuck they do on the show and dance around in the clubs.
I know. I will get to him. Believe me, I will.
I know you
at
will.
some time. You know, I might be 75, but I'll get there. Yeah. So I don't have any fucking shows, man, that I'm really looking forward to. But I did want to talk about because, like, you know, as 2019 comes in, and you know, we're at the beginning and shit. You know, you think about 2018 and, you know, just kind of reflect on it. And, you know, everybody always says that they have improvements that they have to make. And, you know, people make New Year's resolutions and this and that. I decided I wasn't going to make any New Year's resolutions because I feel like it, you know, there's no reason why on New Year's I should all of a sudden start setting these goals for myself. And, you know, most people fucking fail. You know what I mean? And I'm not looking at it in a sense like that where I'm going to start setting these goals and then I'm going to, you know, fail. Like I'm taking it day by day. And really, I just wanted to talk about, I wrote them down. I kind of got like 3 things. I don't know. You can call them like mantras. You call them whatever the fuck you want, that I really want to keep them at the forefront of my mind. And I want to try to live my life by these things. And I'm just going to name them off real quick. And the first one is to be grateful. We all have so many things to be grateful for. And a lot of times it's real easy to look at the negative shit, not think about the positive shit, to look at the things that you don't have instead of thinking about things that you do have. And the only way that you get to the next level and you kind of like level up in life is to be grateful. You have to be grateful and you have to be thankful for all the things that you do have. So that's like the number one thing for me is I just want to always keep it in my mind that, you know, even if I'm having a bad day, even if something doesn't go right, even if I'm, you know, something happens, I'm upset about something, I have so many things to be grateful for. And I just want to keep that at the forefront of my mind. The second thing is that you're always going to have to get better if you always want to feel better. You know, and that kind of goes, that's kind of the way why I'm not setting any, you know, resolutions or whatever, because I'm that type of person where I'm always trying to get better every day. So really, I just have to focus on that. I have to focus on consistency and balance. And those are the things I'm really trying to focus on in 2019 is, being consistent with and having more of a balance, because I'm consistent, but I'm not very balanced. I can't be consistent with everything all at the same time. And that's what I need to learn how to do. Instead of being really consistent with one thing for this amount of time and then being really consistent with something else for this amount of time and letting other things fall by the wayside, I really want to try to figure out how to, find that balance and maintain that consistency on an even keel with everything. So that for progression, it's really all just about progression. So that's another thing that I'm really trying to keep at the forefront of my mind in 2019, is to just be consistent and be balanced with everything that I can be, so I can progress further. And then the last thing that kind of goes along the same lines is basically you're going to have to get comfortable with the idea of being uncomfortable. And this is kind of something that I've, come to the realization of with, over the past like year or two. And, just hearing like a lot of different influential people and motivational speakers and that sort of thing. And just talking about how when you're uncomfortable, those are like the most meaningful times. You know what I mean? The more you get uncomfortable in life, the more you grow, the better you get. But so many of us are afraid to leave our comfort zone and afraid to like, be uncomfortable in any way because like it doesn't feel right or it doesn't feel good. And really, I think that that's something that I really want to keep at the forefront of my mind, is that, just being comfortable with the idea of being uncomfortable in life, because that's the only way that you're going to grow. You have to leave your comfort zone. So I just wanted to share that those three things are kind of really what are at the forefront of my mind. I'm not, like I said, no New Year's resolution that, I might fail in 8 days or something. Just, I want to be in tune and focused mentally, physically, and spiritually, mind, body, and soul. I want to be in tune with all the things that are deep inside my mind, like things that I aspire for every day, to just stay in tune with that and be consistent and be balanced with all that. So that's it.
Yeah, no, I couldn't say it any better, dude. I agree 100% what you just said. You got to be grateful for everything around you, grateful everything you got. You got a good girl, you got a family, same with me. I love my family. I got to be grateful for that. Got to stay strong with everything we do. And you're right. You got to get out of your comfort zone. You got to grow, and that makes you grow. That change is good sometimes. And the way I say is, everything that happens below mirrors the above. I want to be one with the universe. I want to spread the love more. I can't let these feminist activists, whatever you want to call them, piss me off anymore. I gotta stay focused on what I want. I want to make everybody, myself and everybody around me, better people. And I just, I want to stay being a great father to my son, a great guy to my girl, everything like that. Also, like you said, I want to stay on top of things, and that's including these videos. I want us to set our goal to keep doing these videos for our fans, for each other. It's brought us closer to each other, because there's a little bit of time that we weren't keeping in contact,
Yeah.
even though we'll always be best friends and brothers. But these videos are a good thing for us, and it keeps me level-headed too, and it gets me to speak my mind, on things that I'm very passionate about. And yeah, so I agree with everything you just said. From hearing that from you, it's going to be a good year. 2019 is going to be a lot better than 2018. Yeah, I love the fresh start we're having. Like you, I'm not going to set any New Year's resolutions. I just want to keep being a good person, and I just want to spread the love. I do kind of want to have a job change. I already talked to you about this.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that I don't like my job. It's just kind of the place I work at isn't the best, for my mental health, I should say. I don't like to come home angry. I don't like to be mad. I don't like to bring work home. I just, leave work at work, and I want to just be able to come home with a smile on my face and leave home to go to work with a smile on my face. But yeah, other than that, I'm ready for 2019. So
you'll find it too, man. That's the thing. Like I always go back to the Ultimate Warrior, bro. His mantra of just like always believe. Like you have to always believe in yourself. and you have to always believe in the people that are the closest to you and that really care about you, and you really care about them, and you really share something, and you really love each other. Those people in yourself, you have to always believe in them, and definitely always believe in yourself. And, you know, like for me personally, because I was in the situation that you're in, you know, hating my job, like really, like basically, like, you know, like sometimes feeling like I wouldn't mind just fucking burning that place down when nobody's in there. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how much I hated that place. You know, just like everything about it uh made me fucking hate it, especially a lot of the people there that were above me that really just sucked and really just didn't do a great job and didn't care about the people like me that were below them and just wanted to hold us down. And I took that leap, you know, which is what I think you know, you're saying basically you want to do. And I just didn't ever not believe that I could do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I always believe I'm going to find something better. There's something better out there for me. I know there is. I just have to find it. That's what I kept saying to myself. Like, I know there's something better. I just have to find it. I, I just can't stop. I have to stay focused. And I didn't lose that belief. And things worked out for me. And I think that's all you need to do too, is you just need to believe in yourself, which I know that you do, and you need to hold on to that, and you need to not let that go and stay consistent with that, and just know that there's something better out there for you. Because if you're not happy, then there's 100% something better out there for you. You know what I mean? Same thing. It was the same thing for me. I wasn't happy with it, and it was trickling into my life in other ways and making me unhappy in other ways. And I knew that that's not what I deserved, that I deserve better than that. And it's the same thing for you. You deserve better than what you have, and you just have to believe that you deserve better and go out there and get it. And that's it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And I do believe myself, and I know I can get better. I know there's better for me out there. 100%. I just have to stick to it, and like you said, I have to take the leap. And I'm prepared for that. I'm prepared to, you know, sometimes people fail, but you know, I'm prepared for anything. I'm just having a positive attitude towards everything, and I'm just gonna, you know, stay ahead of the game, and keep it forward. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do. But I had a couple changes in my life, which is good because change is good, and I feel great about it. So I'm just gonna keep the ball rolling here. 2019, I'm gonna punch you in your face.
Yep. It's the same thing I couldn't have said it better. Same thing for me. I had some really good changes in 2018 that are just making 2019 be, you know, look much brighter than some points of 2018. And you know, I don't see anything but positive and progression in 2019 for both of us, you know, and especially for the people that we're close to and the people around us. You know, because we're all kind of on the same fucking plane. You know, we all think alike. We all kind of, we're all hard workers. We all fucking want what's best, and we want to spread love, like you said. And you know, I just think that things are starting to really, like, you know, pan out now for a lot of us, and they will continue to go in that direction. So, and I'm totally confident in that. And as long as we all stay positive, good things will come.
Confidence is key, my friend.
Yes, sir.
And that we are.
Yeah. So I think that's basically all I had, you know, and I'd love to hear anybody's thoughts, you know, on anything that we said. Obviously, you know, you can leave whatever you want right in the comments. But I'd love to hear, you know, other people's thoughts too. How are you approaching 2019? You know, as opposed to 2018, and, you know, what happened in your life in 2018 that's going to affect 2019, you know, and what are your goals? What do you want to do in 2019? What is your mindset at? Like, you know, I'm interested in anybody that watches this show. Leave it in the comments. We both want to know. So, you know, just anything on anything we talked about today, any of these topics, leave something in the comments if you're feeling frisky.
Yeah, make sure you like this video if you liked it. Hopefully you did. Leave comments like Gonzo said. Make sure you hit that red bell so you can get notified when we have new videos, because they're coming. They're going to come fast this year. We know it because we got our heads straight and ready to go. But yeah, that's all I got too, my friend. For everybody that's watching, I got one question for you. Said best by the D-Generation X. Are you ready?
Are you ready? I love it. Are you ready? Dude, fucking yeah. And honestly, man, it felt good to talk about all this stuff too. You know, just kind of like let it out there, get it off my chest. It's good to because I've had all these thoughts in my head, you know, with over the last year, and then with 2019 coming on, and I'd love to, you know, just talk to somebody about it and kind of bounce ideas off of each other and tell each other shit. And so it was good to let it all out.
Yeah, it's always good to let it all out.
Yeah. So yeah, until the next fucking video, I personally want to say thank you for watching. And you know, I hope that you guys really fucking have a great 2019. You start off the year strong and you start off the year with some momentum and you get some fucking speed behind you to carry you through, and hopefully you accomplish all the shit you want to accomplish. And we will be right here in 2019 putting out shows and helping you guys stay entertained through the whole journey. So that's it, man. Thanks for watching.
Yes. Thank you, everybody. Peace.